Hey, you guys, welcome back to Angel Talk with the Angelics, where we talk about navigating life as dancer, choreographer, businesswoman, all the things. We talk about all of it. So, thank y'all for tuning in again. And today we're going to be talking about dance in the real world. It's not a competition, it's a collaboration. I feel like, or we feel like this is a good topic because in the dance world, it can seem very competitive. It is very competitive. It's just one of those things where like everybody's trying to get to the top, and it's kind of hard to see past that and see other dancers as like humans as well. But camaraderie and like building those relationships, I feel like goes a really long way,
Hmm.
and that can honestly probably get you further when you're just like always being a kind person and making friendships, making connections. So yeah, we feel like this is a good topic.
Hmm.
So one of the avenues that
Hmm.
dancers go through is like growing up in a studio, and
Mhm.
like a lot of dancers start with competition teams and stuff like that. So what's y'all's kind of experience with that? Because I didn't grow up in a studio, so I don't necessarily know what that feels like.
Mhm.
How would y'all kind of?
My studio was very competitive. I'm
Mhm.
sure yours
Mine as
too.
well, yeah.
I had like 20, over 20 people on the same year, like around my age. And in my studio, there were kind of like a three age gap groups, like seniors, us, and little kids.
Mhm.
And I was in the middle team.
Oh, I see.
And whenever we have like a competition, the directors always make three individual group pieces. So in that group, there were always auditions for setting the forms first, and kind of like they sometimes try to make like a little story. So like if you are doing great during the classes and trainings, and also throughout the audition, you will get the main role. So like it was very
Mm,
interesting, but it was very competitive for
yeah.
me growing up.
I think in my perspective, I did a lot of competitions, and that just goes to show how they kind of set in your mind in a young age that it is a competition and like no one's your friend. And
Yeah,
it kind of
yeah.
sucks
Unfortunately,
because
yeah.
like your instructors feed in your mind like you have to win first or second place in order to beat this person. Like you do full examinations on these people, and I'm like, why were we doing that in the first place? Just get a trophy. Now
Hmm.
that I think about it, now it's kind of a crazy experience because you do compare yourself then to people you're dancing with at the same studio, like you said. And it's very different. Like we talked about in our last episode, how you should feel more connected with your team in order to build something so inspiring and creative out on the stage to where the judges can see. But if you are comparing yourself and also mean to the people that are on your team for those group dances, how are you going to be able to show
Yeah,
that on
yeah.
stage?
Yeah.
So like that's all we knew,
Mm-hmm.
like to
Hmm.
beat you friends.
Yes.
Like yeah,
It's like I need
there
to be
should be
the
another
best.
way. There should be another way to say it, but my English words is not get there yet. But
Yeah.
I feel like that's all we knew, like
Right.
to win,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of sad. But like I feel like things were more simple when we were in the studio, like
Mm-hmm.
not to think about any other things. You just gotta have to be win.
Yeah,
That's all.
Hmm. Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
And I used to always get so stressed about that. Like with solos and stuff, I wanted to be the best. And I had full cries after some dances. My parents know. Like, I would walk off the stage and be like, I didn't do my best. Or like, I did great. I felt great about how I did. But then at the end, it just kind of deferred on if the judge liked your dance or not.
Yeah.
And over time, I was like, wait, but there's no exact right or wrong with
Mm-mm.
dance. It's just somebody's personal preference, and you might be someone's bad dance of the day, or they didn't want to see a specific style of dance. Like, you
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
determine how good you are just because of someone's opinion. And whenever I got onto the team and stuff, it's like you want to perfect your own craft and how you feel good in your body instead
Hmm.
of thinking what others think.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. It's kind of a hard thing to navigate, especially like when you are then shifting to a professional setting, like a team where it's like, okay, now we got to work together. There is
Yes.
no competition.
Right.
Like, we're all going for the exact same goal, and that's just to look good as a whole. Like, I feel like that mindset is like a tough thing to kind of crack because it's like, okay, like, yeah, I want to make sure that I look good too.
Yeah.
And we all look good, but I want to make sure I look good first.
Yes.
Exactly.
Mhm.
But I don't know. It's just kind of, I think being able to like zoom out and see like the bigger picture of it, if you are gonna like be on a professional team,
Mhm.
knowing that like, okay, it's not about you anymore.
Yes.
Like you're here
Mm-hmm.
to represent whatever team that you're going for. So now it's like, okay, you are under this umbrella of the team, the what am I saying? The team, like the sports team, like
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys, you're under
Right.
that umbrella. So no one's seeing you as an individual anymore. It's like, okay, they're seeing you as the team. So just being able to like work together and I don't know. I'm kind of rambling. I lost my train of thought.
But
No,
did
that's
you
totally
have
makes
any
sense.
competitiveness in your college, or was it kind of a good
You know
atmosphere?
what? Actually, I was always on a team growing up, like from high school on up. But I will say that when I was in college at Grambling State, we would have to audition for every single game. Um,
Every game?
every single game, yeah.
How many games were there? Like every
Like a
single
full
week?
football season. So it's like, yeah, every week.
Wow.
We had to
Woo.
audition for
That's a full-time
everything.
job.
No, for
Yeah,
real.
no, we practiced 7 days out of the week. Like there was no break. Um,
Wow.
but it was, it did get very competitive. And you can kind of see it in the team because it wasn't. What am I trying to say? It's not a professional setting, so like we, in that
Mm-hmm.
sense, like we weren't getting paid, so it's like we're just in college and
Mhm.
dancing, so we weren't like really focused on the bigger picture. We were all just there to dance.
Right.
And then you have dancers of all different types, and when it's easy to compare yourself when it's like maybe you have certain people who continue to make the games and you have certain people who might not continue to make the games. Like it's easy to look at everybody and be like, what's she doing better? Maybe I could do that. You know, it's easy
Mhm.
to just kind of compare. So I think that it is kind of a competition mindset. It was definitely that, and I did have to kind of like flip that. It did take me a while, but yeah, I don't know. That's probably the most like competitiveness. There's always like cattiness and stuff on teams, like
Mm.
with a bunch of women being on the same team. It'd be a lot of stuff, but I don't be in like the drama and all that. But yeah,
Really?
I don't know. I just be to myself.
Ours, yeah, ours wasn't really verbal or like talked out loud, but there would always be people talking on the outsides, which I hate. I
Hmm.
hate about dance atmospheres where you can't say something to people's face, of course, because they didn't have anything nice to say, but still they would just like go home to their parents and talk crap. Or my experience, I was like, ugh, I don't like how dance can be such a negative atmosphere,
Yeah.
but I love dance in general. I was like, I didn't want to end it, but
Hmm.
I don't know. My first kind of good experience was on DCRMB because at first I didn't know what to expect. I was kind of silent. I was very quiet to myself, and then I opened up to y'all, obviously. I think we just kind of gravitated towards one another.
Yeah.
But you guys have the same intention, whereas like to hype other people up and also
Yeah.
focus on yourself too. So
Hmm.
I think that's what I saw. And now we're here doing a
And now we're
podcast.
here doing a
Isn't
podcast.
that
We're
crazy?
loving it.
I feel like that like competitiveness is good in a sense. Like healthy competition is always good,
Hmm.
Right.
and I feel like that's really good when it comes to like building that skill of being able to like self-correct and look at yourself and be like, oh, I need to do this better, or I need to improve this. Um, it can be good in a sense as long as it's like in a healthy way.
For sure.
And I think just as you go into the professional setting, it kind of helps you. Also, everyone was really nice. Like everyone's really kind on our team.
Hmm.
Like everyone was really like family oriented. I feel like people were accepted everyone with open arms.
Yes.
You know, so it was also easy to kind of fall into that camaraderie space.
Hmm.
Um, But it's just finding that balance because competition is healthy, but it can also be
Right.
kind of,
For sure,
yeah.
yes. I think all of us, that's why we got selected, is because we are so competitive, like with ourselves, and we want to
Yes.
get better. That's why our director chose us, because she saw that motivation in auditions.
Hmm.
And we just used to always have check ins with each other, too, of like being able to compliment one another, because it's easy for our brains to switch like the competitiveness that we have in practice into something personal. But once we gave each other compliments and like seeing people's growth on the team, it did help
Oh yeah.
like big amounts with kind of our friendship over time, and we got to be personal in that way, so
they're
I love
Definitely.
they're
it.
definitely seeing your character during the audition. Maybe that's probably why when you got into the team, professional team, you should have a good character too. Like
Mm.
you should be a good person. Like not a
Exactly.
should be, but like I feel like since there's so many judges during the audition process and kind of like they will have a conversation with people,
Yes.
Yeah,
they will kind of know like okay, you're here with a good tension.
that is
And you
true.
also have to show that whenever you're talking to people as well, because
Yeah.
of connections. You have to be able to have a good personality. They will be able to see right through that for sure, because they've been
Yeah.
through the industry a lot. Say you want to work with a choreographer, they're going to know if you're going to be fake in front of them, or like they just know your attitude right away. So you have to know good competitiveness without being nasty with it, and also being kind to yourself and others.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
100%. I feel like we covered a lot.
I
We
think so
I
did.
feel
too.
like we talked about a lot.
Hmm.
Um, we hope y'all got something from this episode. If y'all have questions or want to know anything about us, want to know anything about making a team, or any questions you got, drop them in the comments. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We are wanting to help you guys as much as possible. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.